A pleasant morning to each and everyone, especially to our gorgeous teacher, Ma'am Green Pipito. I am Greek Banta Garduce together with Mylene Gonzaga, and the topic that we're going to tackle is all about universal values. So, here are the objective of this study. So, at the end of this topic, students are able to first identify what is universal values. Second is to analyze the different universal values. And then the last one is to explain why universal values are necessity for human survival. But before anything else, let me give you first the definition of values. So values is defined as the individual belief that motivate people to act one way or another. They serve as the guide for human behavior. So it is also an individual's accepted standards of right and wrong. A value is a universal value if it has the same importance or worth for all. Meaning to say, a value becomes universal value if everyone's benefit from it. For example, freedom. Freedom itself is a value. But because freedom can motivate all people to do what they want freely without being discriminated, we can consider that as a universal value. Let's come now to the basic universal values. So the first one is do not harm others. Second is do not cheat others. Third is do not lie others. And then the last one is do not enslave others. Let us now move on to the four universal values. The first one is dignity. So according to Kant, human dignity is the supreme value that all humans possess in virtue of their humanities. So dignity is considered as the universal values because when you have a dignity, you are capable of your rational thinking and you are responsible for your moral actions. The second one is freedom. Liberty is the ability to do what you want without restraint. Meaning to say, you are free to choose your words, your attribute, and even your actions. So the third one that being considered as the universal values is justice. So justice is defined as the concept of moral righteousness based on ethics, rationality, law, religion, or equality. Justice is one of the important moral values because it promotes fairness and equity across many aspects of society. And then the last one is peace. Peace is defined as the freedom or a period freedom from public disorder. Peace can be considered as a universal values because it manifests our inner mental calm and the ability to maintain continuity in all situations. Universal values applies across the world. First, it could be that something as a universal value when everybody find it valuable. This means that we can call something as a universal value if everyone find it as special or important to them. Second, something that could universal value when all people has a reason to believe it has a value. So this means that for a value to become a universal value, everyone must believe or agree that it has a worth or importance.
A pleasant morning to each one of us, especially to you, Ma'am. I am Mylene Gonzaga, a BSed Science student, and I am the next reporter, and I am going to discuss some of universal values that are acceptable in our society. Number one universal value that are acceptable in our society is peace. When we say peace, is a freedom from disturbances when people are able to resolve their conflict without violence. In other words, if may tinatawag tayong peace, there is a unity, there is an understanding between each other, and there is a love. If we have this in our community or in any aspect, we can avoid the chaos. Number two, democracy. Democracy control an organization or group by the majority of its member. For example, sini is during Cory Aquino. Nagkaroon ng democracy and nagkaroon ng people power revolution because of the decision of majority, and by that na-impeach si Marcos. And we are all know that our country is democratic country. So parang pumapasok dito yung every opinion and every decision that made by a person is acceptable as long as you're not hurting any people that around you. Number 3 is equality. Equality is the status of being equal, especially in status, right, and opportunity. This one naman, the equality is very important, and I think this is considered as universal value because it accepts different opinion, different aspect, different perspective of every person. Factor why equality is universal value because if we have this equality, it avoids discrimination regardless of the skin color you have, the situation in life, your demographic profile, and your strengths and weaknesses. The fourth universal value is tolerance. Tolerance, the ability of willingness to tolerate the existence, opinion, or behavior that one dislike or disagree. In this universal value, kailangan if merong opinion or disagree or dislike ang isang tao, we should tolerate it. Not totally, literally not to tolerate it, but we have to respect kasi we have different perspective and opinion. So, hindi natin siya hindi na siya iti-treat as negative. The fifth one is freedom. Freedom is the ability to act or change without constraint. So, we all know and we all are familiar that each one of us has a freedom to make a change, do whatever we want, to make a decision, to choose. Number 6 is human dignity. Human dignity is the right of a person to be valued and respect for their own sake and to be treated ethically. So, isa din siya sa universal value because lahat tayo meron tayong tinatawag na human dignity and kailangan talaga siyang irespeto, pahalagahan. Kasi, for example, pag siniraan kasi natin yung isang tao, kumuha tayo ng judgment, yung dignidad niya is pwede nating matapakan. And worst thing is doon is pwede natin siyang masira. So, kailangan talaga siyang irespeto at i-value. Number 7 is human rights. Human rights inherent to all human beings regardless of sex, race, nationality, and ethnicity, language, religions, or any other state. So, yun na nga, binanggit na. Sa human rights naman is lahat dito is pantay-pantay. Walang pinipili. Kumbaga, mayaman ka man, mahirap ka man, ano man ang estado mo sa buhay, or ano man ang sitwasyon mo, lahat tayo pantay-pantay lang kasi pare-pareho tayong merong tinatawag na human rights. And number 8, lastly, the universal value is love. Meron nga tayong tinatawag na love can conquer all. So, di ba? Pag meron kasi tayong tinatawag na love, dito pumapasok yung merong respeto, understanding sa isa't isa, may unity na tinatawag kasi meron tayong love eh. Kumbaga, nasa atin na yung pagkakaroon ng pagkakaintindihan para hindi magkaroon ng misunderstanding. Kasi, I believe, if you love a person, nandun na yung respect, nandun na yung understanding. So, wala nang kailangan pang sabihin na kung ano pa man. What is the essence of universal values? So the essence of universal values is every society need to be bound together by common values so that members know that what to expect of each other and have some shared principle by which to manage their differences without resorting to violence. Our basic and fundamental belief that guides or motivate our attitude or action, they help us to determine what is important to us.
There is no denying the fact that universal values serve as a guide for human behavior. The universal values is clearly evident that we need for us human beings to survive because it informs our thoughts, actions, and even words. They are values that apply to all types of human beings, regardless of their social, ethnic, or cultural origin.